Now let me make sure. Click this button to share your browser tab. Okay. Hello. So today we're going to talk about how we can gain a greater closeness to your higher self. And I want to speak about this topic because I do have a lot of wisdom and knowledge upon it. And one thing I will say, it all begins with you letting go of your ego and releasing the false layers of yourself. Just letting go of the parts that you know you need to let go of. And it's through deep transformation, rebirth after rebirth. And those that are into the Vedic astrology, their natal chart, and you pay attention to your placements, having Pluto is about deep, having Pluto in your chart is all about deep transformation. If Pluto is in your second house, especially in Scorpio, it's a lot of deep rebirths and transformation. And I can say this because Scorpio and Pluto in my second house, and it's a lot. If you're also ruled by Saturn, if you're a Capricorn, boy, let me tell you, I'm just a bit nervous because this is my first time going live, All right, but I want to read this from this book, right? So Tantric, it's this oracle. Now, so this is the card. Like I was shuffling, pre-shuffling, right? And this is the card. And it's number 26, mean and heavy. This, this is Kali Ma energy, okay? Or you can say Hakaite, right? Or Hell, or Oya, okay? They are the gatekeepers, and they also protect the children of the Creator, okay? They don't let no baby. Kali Ma, let me tell you, she don't play around when it comes to her babies. So in this book, right, the divination meaning of it is, do not be fearful in taking a strong line in the present situation. Be prepared to fight any enemy of truth in oneself and in others. For such action is the sign of the times. Recognize the nature of the present age and take right action. Do not become mean and heavy as the world is, but rather mean and heavy with a direct discriminating wisdom of right action. At the base center, this card relates to the worldly stance and also to the sexual area in the spleen, to assimilation factors such as food and habits in the navel, to one's psychological position. At the heart center, the indication is of detachment from the emotional body, where feelings rule the mind in order to act by one's higher convictions. This card always suggests great potency for resolution, for cutting through, and should be so acted upon. Okay. And, the form of Kali Ma brought into being to conquer the demons of descendant materialism in the Kali Yuga, the present age. Though wrathful in appearance, she is filled with compassion. Like that is, with that being said, not everything that's dark is bad. That's how true it is. My heater just went off. And, gaining more consciousness to your higher self and allowing yourself to connect more to your higher self is through your shadow self, the dark parts of yourself. And we all have inner jinns. We all have in Islam, they say jinns. We all have inner demons. Okay. They could come forth through intrusive thoughts. They operate in fear. So if your root chakra is out of balance, it's going to be even more. So gaining more closeness to your higher self is All about clarity, novelty, awareness, letting go of the criticism that you give to yourself, not being a people pleaser no more as well, just pleasing your creator, pleasing your angels, pleasing your spirit, pleasing your ancestors, allowing their forces to also live through you, speak through you. We all have sacred vessels. And when you go through these rebirths and these deep transformations, it's scary. It's really scary. It's a roller coaster. It's more than a roller coaster. And not everyone can handle it. And it's sure as hell ain't for the weak. And going into your deep ascension, if you already ascended or you are ascending, there's going to be moments where you're going to have to go into hermit mode. Not everyone is going to be understanding of your life's purpose, your mission, your destiny, what is created and designed for you in your chart from the time you were born, the way your planets are placed within your chart. You know, when you look at your 10th house, the 10th house is very important. Okay. You have to pay attention and you look into your chart as well. And you see the different numbers. Okay. And where they're placed in different houses to know where your north node is. It's very deep. It's very deep. And little by little, I'll start diving into different topics. But one thing I can say for sure is that no matter how hard it is and how hard it can get, it's all about resilience. It's all about keeping your 10 toes rooted deeply into the divine, not the matrix. Okay? We don't serve the matrix. You must step out of all the illusions. And illusions is also, it comes in the forms of family members, karmics, people that you're still dealing with, your partner, your spouse. Some of them are full of illusions. And then they wind up making you delusional, and that's how you get stuck in the matrix. But you know, everything starts with self. Everything is about knowing thyself. The most important thing is knowing thyself. When you let go of your ego and you let go of the self-doubt, like I said, the criticism, also the trauma that you may have experienced from a child going into an adult. You know, because if you still hold on to the trauma, it's not going to get you anywhere. You have to heal from that. You have to also not allow it to wither and live within you. And, you know, it's easier said than done. It's a lot of work. And through reaching your higher self, it's truly healing within as well. You have to stop giving in to the matrix. You have to stop numbing yourself. I numbed myself for 19 years, you know, and it'll keep you stuck. Despite how spiritual you are, despite how the seeds within you are, despite your connection to your ancestors, your spirit, your angels, when you numb yourself, it's very detrimental, very detrimental. But even through the numbing, you're still there, but you can't live to your fullest potential. You can't serve others to your fullest potential. For instance, as I'm doing right now, how I'm able to give right now, because I know this is my purpose. And there's so much that we can learn from one another. And now that it's 2025, those that did not want to wake up, they are having a very, very hard time in all aspects of their life. And it's going to take them a while to get to where they need to go. And some of them, when they came down and before they came down and signed a contract with their creator, some of them chose not to wake up to their higher self, to the ascended soul that they are, to the light being that they are. But some of them, it's their first time on earth. So, reaching your higher self is all about deep transformation, okay? Life and death situations as well. When you're a true star seed, also a child of the creator, you're going to go through some wild things. I just turned 34, and let me tell you the things I've experienced since I came down here on earth. I thank God. I thank my Allah every day for every trial and turbulation that I have gone through, because it has allowed me to transform, form, deform. My right ear is ringing. That's beautiful. And I give thanks to my creator, and my channel is all about giving and receiving, but it's giving and receiving. It's like, how can I explain it? Like, I want this channel to be how my frequency and vibration is. That's the audience that I want. I attract the audience, the souls that want to grow, that want to integrate, that want to explore, to reach their higher self. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of that. But when it comes to the mystical side and the spiritual, and there are so many others out there that are truly knowledgeable. There's even a few souls that I follow on YouTube. They're either readers, and they do so much, and there's several of them that have really touched my heart in deepest parts, because they have saw me for me. And my spirit I'm very close to my spirit and my ancestors and angels. Mikael, Jibriel, Israfil, Azrael, and all the seraphim angels, but to me they're dragons. And these souls on YouTube have given me, I would go through things and I'll be integrating, and then all of a sudden, a week after, I get confirmation from another soul on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my God, you see, this is, and this is a community. And I feel like a lot of ones like us, we could be shy and timid. We can hold back. Why is my battery running low? I got to put the charger on. And hold on one second. And through holding back, it hasn't allowed us to be who we are. And ones like us, we remain in hermit mode, baby. We keep all that insight and knowledge to ourselves, and we have given to others. And at times we felt like it went wasted because, they didn't want to. And let me tell you something about giving out wisdom and knowledge and even healing energy to someone. If they are not drinking the water from the cup that you are serving them, that will drain your force, your life force. Because that other energy, that energy is not respecting nor appreciating what you are giving to them. So when you say you're dealing with souls and you're trying to help them heal, if they are not respecting it, if they are not appreciative of it, that can also hurt you. So you have to take back your sovereignty, but you call back in whatever you gave out to that person, that essence, that frequency, that vibration, that energy, that soul. You have to call it back into the circle of life, purified, and return back to you. And it's a lot. But clarity and novelty, What else? Now, I want to see now. We're going to jump into some oracles, right? And this card, I love this card. So, all right, let's see. We're going to still use this deck. Let's see. In the name of Allah, by my right, Mikael, by my left, Jibriel, before me, Israfil, behind me, Azrael. Ancestors, spirit, interdimensional beings, guardian angels, spirit guides. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this, baby, for the collective. How can one reach their higher self, gain more closeness to their higher self? How can one, and I pre-shuffle a lot of these oracle decks already. How can one gain more closeness to their higher self? Isis energy. That's so funny. High priestess. You know, and let me tell you about something about deep ascension. Okay. Mother Magdalene, right? Mother Mary, for instance, right? Isis, Aset. She is all about that. About deep transformation, about knowing thyself, loving on thyself, that divine feminine, also the divine masculine. Her and Osiris together, you know, they talk about the twin flame journey. You know, I believe in the twin flame, but it you know, I'm that's another topic to talk about. But Isis is truly about infinite love. And the womb, that's the sacral energy. It's all about the sacral. Deep healing through everything. And she is proud. Aset and the rest of the ancient ancestors are so proud of us feminine and masculines that is sharing and giving out to the community, the ones the true children of the creator, the star seeds, however you guys label yourself, star seeds, chosen one, a light being, an ascended master, an old wise soul. Our ancestors are happy, boy, because we are they all left a legacy behind. And we're following their steps because this is deep. This is deep. This is deep. This is deep. Okay. And woo, you know, I want to read that too. But yeah, I love my Isis, baby. You guys should check out on YouTube Activations with JJ. She's amazing. She's amazing, amazing. My mentor is different, but through her soul's language, you know, obviously I some art isn't, you know, they're not familiar with they're protecting 600. Okay, what is this? All right, I'm not doing that. So we're not doing that today. Sorry, I had like a little notification thingy. And I'm new to all this technology stuff, even though I you know, I'm very witty and smart with it, but these little things, they be annoying me. Trying to distract my ass. So like, what was I gonna say? See? Brain fog right now, baby. Oh, so Activations with JJ. If you go on her YouTube, she's an ascended master, beautiful person. Go to the activation with Isis for the sacral energy. So you, if parts, you know, through activations and through frequency, you activate the dormant parts of yourself. So this way, your 3D self can reach to your higher self. Okay, what can one do to gain more closeness to their higher self, spirit? Mother's milk. You know what? Here we go. What can one gain more closeness to their higher self? What can one do to gain more closeness to their higher self? Give me a card, spirit, for them. 2 came out. Here is Holocaust. That's all about destruction, baby. You know, in order to gain your higher self, you got to go through them tower moments. Like I said, deep rebirths. Deep end. Okay? The deep end. Deep beneath the sea. And you also, when you want to reach your higher self, you can't be afraid of the dark. You got to love the dark just as much as you love the light. And just passing through. 31. It's an angel wing. I'm going to leave that like that. You know, remind yourself that your wings are not clipped, that your higher self is right there. You reach out. You gotta, and you gotta. It's all about meditation as well. Deep meditation and prayer, grounding yourselves, every shape, form, and way. You know, instruments, eating right. And when I talk about eating right, I talk about fasting and just drinking water. Water. We are made of water. Just drinking water. Herbs, drinking herbs, teas, a lot of greens. I eat kale every day. Every day. I take certain green supplements. It's very important, especially just in general for your well-being. You got to be healthy. And you can't be a light being if you're not eating right. You can't reach your highest potential if you're not taking care of your insides. There was one time I said to somebody, I was like, if you want your creator, you want your angels, you want your spirit and your ancestors to work through you and to support you and to be by your side, it's all about feeding you. It's about, you got to feed thyself, love on thyself, and then they'll show up for you. And the person didn't like it when I said that. Oh, hi, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that, because I don't take care of myself internally, that my angels and my creator is not going to show up for me? And I said, no. And I said, I know that through experience. Despite, yes, they have to be there. The guardian angels have to be there. Your guardian spirit has to be there. But they can't save you if you can't save yourself. So it's all about, yes. Anything else from this deck? Anything else, Spirit? Pearls before swine. Huh. You know what? When I just saw this right now, the thought I had when I saw this, you got to let go of that dirt too. Pearls before swine. You got to clean thyself internally and externally. And not just, and when, you do your baths as well, perform certain limpias. That's another topic I could talk about. Taking baths in certain ways, in the bathtub, Epsom salt, submerging yourself in the water, but also creating plant baths, is a topic I have to just speak about, and there's so many plants out there that when you pray upon them and you the energy from your hands, the healing energy that you have in your hands, you are able, when you're rubbing the plants together too within, and you're creating this bath, you're also putting the life force energy to heal thyself, to clean thyself on the auric, the energy here. Okay, and then cleaning yourself too is through activation, through listening to certain frequencies. Forget about music. I'm a big hip hop and underground rap fan and art, all of that. I stopped. And I went to a concert because a friend of mine got me surprise tickets. And her and I went, and boy, let me tell you, I said, never again. 50 Cent came and surprised us. But despite how much I love hip hop, the next day, not even the next day, for like 2-3 days, I felt so depleted. I felt so tired. It's, once you step into your full ascension, I had to go there just to realize, to leave an old part of myself there, an old energy there. Because, we drop off things wherever we go, grid work. We drop off old parts of ourselves, or we take in newer parts of ourselves. And as you're on full ascension, integrating and releasing, you're going to catch yourself doing certain things, and you're going to be like, oh, and then later on, you're like, okay, I did that for that reason. But frequency, because it activates your brain waves, Sufi music, not because I'm born Islamic, not because that's but Sufi music, the duas, whatever is for you, you know, whatever is for you, Hindu mantras, Tibetan mantras, whatever is for you, you find what works for you. And you'll know what works for you because you're going to feel it from the root up to your crown, to your star. You're going to feel those tingly feelings. You're going to know what truly works for you once you test everything. And for instance, too, I have indulged in every form of religion / spirituality, every form. And there was a reason behind it. So we explore as a starseed. We explore because we're curious. We want to know everything. So we dip our hands and toes in everything, baby. And that also helps us to reach our higher self. And despite whether some of these people that we have met in the past, spiritualists or mentors, that yes, they were trying to harm us, at the end of the day, we learned a deep lesson through that. You know, when you're on the left-handed path too, it is not for the weak. And we learn a lot. We learn so much. And when I also look back at my past and the lessons that I've learned and the things that I've went through spiritually, and I'm talking about like root work and with the spirits and what the malice people may have in their heart towards you, or what their spirit has towards you. You know, it can be a lot, but we learn a lot through these experiences. Through every trial and tribulation, everything happens for a reason, so that you are able to reach your higher self. We don't go through things for no reason. We go through them for a reason. Now, and let's see here. Spirit. Now we're going to step into this oracle deck. What can one do to reach their higher self? The eternal light of love. See that? And that has all the zodiac signs in there. Co-creating as well. You know, standing strong in your sovereignty. And never alone is on the other. Never alone. And you have to believe. I mean, people believe in Wi-Fi. They're the same. People believe in Wi-Fi, but they don't believe in anything else. But they don't believe in energy. Come on, man. What can one do to reach their higher self? Fulfillment. What can one do to reach their higher self? Here and now. What can one do to reach their higher self? You know, it's all about, and you know, don't feel bad about certain parts of yourself or whatever you may have experienced. You know, don't mourn on anything, because when you mourn and you keep looking back into the past, it's not going to get you anywhere. So positive intention and strength. Positive intention and strength. You know, and I know a lot of people may struggle with self-criticism and or criticism that others give to them. And then that dampens your aura, that dampens your energy. So you have to have the strength to understand that, no, you are beautiful within and out. You are courageous. You are strong. You're not cuckoo for cuckoo puffs for having a deep connection with source, with your creator, with your spirit, to even allow your spirit or your ancestors to speak through you, live through you, you being able to see things that others don't see, you know, because ones like us, they label us the crazy ones. But no, we remembered who we are. And when we come down, they sever that connection to source. Okay. And a lot of people, they struggle with accepting their gifts or their spirituality. Okay. Their inner calling. And then look, 4 cards just flew out. Ascension. Look, that's like a tree, but it's 2 hands and there's steps and it's a pathway. You guys got to want this. You guys got to want to ascend for your greatest good, for your highest good. Not only just for yourself, but the beautiful things that you're going to do for others as well. Because every starseed is a healer. Every child of the creator, we some warriors, baby. Number 44, believe in the dreams. Believe in your dreams. You got to understand, like Tupac said, reality is for real. Dreams isn't. And I've lived by this since I was young. In the dream state, sleep is never sleep. And no sleep or slumber can seize us. And when we're in the dream state and we travel our souls and we interact with other souls on different planes, or we have to do work towards you know, our weapons are in the spiritual realm as well. When it comes to the enemies or those that were trying to harm us, you know, one that has prophetic dreams. Okay. I know I do. I know there's so many of them out. I know there's so many of you out there that have prophetic dreams, or you may dream of a scenario or a situation happening, and then a week later, it happens. But believe in dreams. Believe in your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. Listen to your inner calling. Listen to nature. Listen to air, to fire, to spirit, to water. Source of life, number 36. These beautiful cards. Okay. Let's see here. And you have to want this. You have to truly want to reach your highest capacity. You have to want to ascend. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I mean, the list goes on. You have to want to ascend. And to reach your higher self and your highest potential, you have to let go of a lot of people, places, and things. It's reflecting inward and releasing. And this is a job. But because you love it, you're going to do it. Because you know this is your inner calling, you're going to do it. And you're not going to let anybody distract you. And it may hurt to release and cut off even certain family members. But it's for your greatest good. Everything will make sense later on. Because the Creator has a plan for you. The Creator has a plan for the collective. But there's one, the future. Ancestors. What does one have to do to reach their higher self? Artfulness. Okay, creativity. 2. Creativity. Paint, write, draw, mold, build, form, destroy, and then rebuild it. Deform, reform. Even when you're cooking, it's very important when it comes to food. When you're making your food, you do it with your spleen. Okay, and cooking is art. I love to cook. Cooking is art. You know, you blend different colors or different herbs and spices. You know, certain fruits, and the way you may put your plate together. Okay, is art. And you are what you eat. So you got to make sure the way you're preparing your food, cooking your food, is full of love and art. Because so you get what I'm saying. Spirit, how can one reach their higher self? That one is intuition, subconscious, and currents. Look at that. It's 3 bodies. Look at that. And we all have different attributes to ourselves. Okay. Even being in the moment too. Discernment is very important. Okay. And sometimes your mind can play tricks on you as well. And through your journey, through your spiritual journey, and through you being able to read others and understand others, you know you're the truth. You know you're the truth when everything you can read or feel and see, it's like these little tests, and then people validate it for you. They're like, oh, whoa, you know. And when you're first on your spiritual journey, you don't understand. Because you don't have anybody teaching you. You don't understand, like, oh my God, I was thinking of this and then that happened. Or I felt that about that person, and then boom, they showed me. Or through your dream state. Subconscious, conscious mind. Your intuition is very important. And to clear your subconscious mind, you can envision, whether it may be an object, whether it may be a person. You can envision whatever it is or who. Okay, you close your eyes, you envision, and you break that object, that item, that person. Whether if it's a person, you see them shattering. If it's an object, you could, for instance, your higher self has a hammer, and your higher self is breaking that object. And then it shifts into reality. And now you're not going to shatter a human in reality, you know, in this 3D, but the energy of them shatters. Reflection is right here. Ego, look at that. Give the collective self and spirit for their higher self. Spring and new beginnings. And, you know, this spring, the collective, I already know, like, the things, the seeds that we've planted will be emerging in spring. And, you know, they say, like, okay, New Year's is in springtime, you know, because that's when the new flowers and the leaves start to grow on the trees. And I think everything makes sense. What does one have to do to reach their higher self? Foresight, wisdom, intuition is out here. Again, reading, you know, you pull in energy and wisdom and knowledge from your sacral and your solar. So whatever you're searching for, whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it because you're pulling it in. Nothing just happens for no reason. You ever say to yourself, oh, I wish I had that. For instance, I wish I had a side table. A week later, you're walking down the street, you see a beautiful side table that's thrown out in the trash. This happened to me many times. You call in things that you truly know you need. And when you're truly connected to yourself and truly connected to your ancestors and your spirit and your angels, they help you. You're never alone. What you already want and desire and you're looking for is looking for you too. What can one do to reach their higher self, ancestors? What can one do to reach their higher self? I have the book for this deck too. Is there another card? Is there another card for the collective? What can one do to reach their higher self? Wow, 3 flew out. Lord of Misfits. Hey, we got to go through the dark. We got to go through the dark. And let me tell you something. Ones like us, we are labeled a misfit. We are labeled a black sheep. We have to go through that others poking at us. We have to go through ego deaths. We have to go through judgments of others so that we are stronger. We rise out of it. You know, the first human man, reassurance and protection. For me, what I'm getting with this, it's like you're in a child too. The reassurance that everything is going to be okay. And you reaching your higher self, whatever trauma you may have gone through as a child, the person that you are becoming now, that little boy or girl is proud of you. And you're becoming that light being that little girl or boy wish they had. And, you know, all of us, as, you know, when we leave this earth again, and some of us may not ever return back here in this dunya. We're going to be up there like ascended master. That's it, baby. Where am I going with this? I was going to say something right now. I rebuke that energy. I just forgot what I was going to say to you right now. Mother freak. But protection, you know? And to reach your higher self, you can't be sluggishness. You can't be procrastinating. And procrastination is distraction to get to where you need to get to. I wonder why I just got I know why. This is my YouTube had finally let me be on live, and to make it easier for me, where now I could just, you know, I have a webcam and I have the microphone and my laptop, so it's just easier to do this instead of before I was doing everything from my phone, and it was just a pain. I didn't want to invest too much, and now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be giving out now. What else does the collective need to know, Spirit? Ancestors, what else does the collective need to know? Just going with the flow, baby. We going with the flow. I clear myself in all time and space. What does collective need to know? Slowing down. And you have to remember, you know, to reach your higher self, to be the light being you are. Everything with patience. Patience. I know I came through the ground running, and I know a lot of us, we all come through the ground running, and we want everything, And let me tell you, me being a Capricorn sun, I don't play. I do not play. And, you know, we want things when we want it. Okay? We want that energy when we want that energy. Like, I command that now. We can't be like that. Everything with patience. Patience, 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 patience. Discipline. Discipline. The most important thing is discipline. When you're on this journey through ascension and ascending and growing, it's all about discipline. Okay? You conform to yourself and to your creator. The ancestors, the angels, and the spirit and the creator is not going to give you what you need if you can't handle it, if you can't resist temptation, if you can't sit with thyself in aloneness. Okay? Canceling out the noise, canceling out the people. because, you know, you got to be fully prepared for this. What does the collective need to know? So that's how true it is. You got to be fully aware. Spirit just jumped this out. And you got to trust too. You got to trust that you are the master of thyself. What does the collective need to know to reach their highest potential and their higher self for their greater good? Transformation, baby, right here. Can't make this up. All right, deep transformation, deep within the sea. And again, this is Kali energy right here again, baby. You know, like I said in the very beginning, Kali, Oya, Hakaite, El. Okay, there's many more that they named by the goddesses by. All right. What else? What do they need to know to gain more closeness to the higher self? Flowering, okay? Taking care of yourself, baby. Loving the masculine and feminine. And you know, it's all equal, equality. You know, when some people also say, oh, well, you know, that woman is too masculine, or that man is too masculine, or that woman is too feminine, that man is too feminine. We all have those attributes to us. We're human beings. Like when you look back at the ancient times, the scriptures, the artifacts, the images. I mean, somebody on YouTube that I actually really I adore this person, Paris. She actually mentioned that today in the collective reading. I had missed it, and I had rewinded back, and she spoke about that, and I said, you see, I like that because, you know, not everybody is aware of that. Flowering is allowing both sides of you, the masculine and feminine, to be nurtured and poured out, you know, and letting go of control. And like what I'm doing right now, like preparing this live video, is also me letting go of control. The fear of being on a webcam right now. Even though I'm not afraid to be on a webcam, it's just like, I know it's live. And I'm like, okay, you understand the fear of control. And you try to not do certain things because you want to be so in control, but your spirit is like, hey, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. What does one have to do to reach their higher self? What does one have to do to reach their higher self? Maturity. Okay, maturing in all ways. You know, understanding things. You know, not allowing trickster energy around you, or trickster energy to live within you. You know, because trickster energy is very immature, and it ain't gonna get you anywhere. Maturity. What does one have to do to reach their higher self, spirit? Anything else for the collective? Harmony. I love this card. Number 10. 10 is completion, baby. The 2 dolphins. And all right, you got a full harmony within thyself. Okay, even my mentor Rachel even says that. You know, allowing yourself to love the harmony that is within you and here. It's not about the outside. However you feel in here is what you can project on the outside. So knowing that you know you can build harmony within, then everything else around you becomes harmonized. The same way, the same exact way that frequency can be played even at the lowest volume. But it speaks high volume. It bounces from each corner, okay, like a grid, geometric, okay, like the Metatron cube. All right, we're getting very deep right now. Don't let me get deep right now. What else, spirit? Isolation. And through deep ascension, you're going to go through isolation, and it hurts. And I can speak about this because I went through it. And you have to understand that because you stand alone and because you've isolated yourself for a reason, the going, you know how they say like the tough gets better. Yes, it gets better. But through deep isolation, you will understand that you are all that you need. And nobody is going to save you but yourself. I don't care what anybody says. No therapist, no sibling, no mother, no father, no relative, no spouse. Nothing can save you but you. You are your own key of life. Okay? You are the only one that knows how to get by. It's you and your creator and the rest of your higher ups that are guiding you here on earth. You are the only one that can save you. And until you wake up and realize that, that's it. Everything else goes. And that's when you truly go into isolation. And you truly start to understand thyself and why people are the way they are, why things play out the way they do. And then you have a, look, Spirit brought this out as I'm speaking, new vision. Then you begin to have a new vision of your world. Okay? And then, see, and clinging to the past is not going to get you anywhere. I said that earlier. Clinging to the past is not going to get you anywhere. You have to broaden your vision. What else, Spirit? What else for the collective? What else do they need to do? What else does the collective need to do? Two of them flew out. The burden, healing. And let me tell you something. You know, people want fast results. And somebody may see you and be like, oh my God, I want to be like them, or I love their energy. And that's when the jealousy starts. We all go through it as a child of the creator, and the gifts that we are blessed with. You know, a lot of jealousy comes with it, a lot of envy, a lot of darkness comes with that. It's a double-edged sword being who we are. And you know, healing, you have to want to do it. And a lot of people that come across us, and then through after the healing comes a celebration, baby. All right. And after, and you know, those, they see how you are and they want to be like you, but they don't want to do the work. And this is a job. This is a job. This is like strictness. Like there's no playing. There's no playing. You can't play with your soul. This is not a game. This is not a Nintendo system where you're gonna keep getting life after life. Nah. When spirit and Allah knocks you on your head that last time, if you don't wake up, you're gonna remain stuck. You have to answer the call. I get very passionate about this, okay? And the burden. You know, you got to stop carrying the burden and stop getting distracted and looking at everything else. You see this man, he's pointing his hand. His hand is out. And look how small that man is. Look how big. See that? That's like a knight, and he got a rooster on his head. Look how tiny that guy is. And look how big the guy on top of him is. No more allowing people to weigh onto you. And as a child of the creator, like, we are strong. We are the strongest one amongst our family. And we came back down because we know why we came back down. And we carry burdens. We carry a lot of their stuff. And that we break free from the generational curses. I know I broke free. Let me tell you something. March 4th, I will have a year sober. I broke free from the toxic ancestry things that my family has gone through, the lineage, the abuse, the neglect, the woman overworking, the alcoholism, the drug addiction. Okay, let me not get there. I was the one that said, I am breaking free from this. I am not what they say I am. I am going to break free from this, from myself, from my creator, and for those that have gone before me. My mother struggled then. My mother is a powerful woman, but she struggled. And I was living her life. This is a very long story. Things that she went through, I went through. She would allow things to happen until blood would be on the wall. Okay, so whew, I'm a very passionate person, guys. You're going to see this as I start to integrate more and more and get comfortable here on YouTube and start, anything I can do or say to help another soul. Because I know what it's like to feel lost. I know what it's like to not have anyone understand you. And we are emotional souls. We are emotional babies inside of here. As a child of the creator, we have a lot of sensitivity, but we have resilience. We have strength. We have boldness. Cap lock energy, baby. Cap lock energy, like on the keypad. Ain't no low lettering. We got high lettering, baby. Let's go. Talk to me, spirit. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? The outsider. No more feeling like you an outsider. And for most of our lives, we felt like we were the outsider. And then we closed in. No more. None of that. None of that no more. Anything else for the collective? For their ascension process. To reach their higher self. Anything else? No, nothingness came out in reverse. Okay, and sometimes we gotta go through that deep into the void. Oh, he's my favorite on YouTube. Okay, Swimming Through the Void. I came across him months ago, and let me tell you, I said he's definitely my soul tribe family. Okay, and that he only came up because I'm on YouTube right now doing this, and then No Nothingness. His YouTube platform name is Swimming Through the Void. We have to go through the darkness. Okay, we have to empty our mind, empty the body, go into deep hermit mode. Okay, sharing is right here. What else for them? You gotta get lost. You gotta get lost sometimes to find yourself. Okay, you gotta get lost to find yourself. What's this? Innocence. Look at that. Innocence. Okay, and for those that may have gone through some rough things that they may feel like their innocence got taken away, you gotta understand you're still innocent, baby. Everything in our life happens for a reason. As me knowing who I am and you guys knowing who you are, I want to say this one thing. Certain situations that we have gone through, or we may have slept with that person, or done things with this person, or broke bread with that person, or just every interaction. Everything happens for a reason because we have a contract. We signed contracts. So, for instance, say you had intercourse with somebody and then you regretted it after. There was a reason. Your creator there was a reason for it, especially if that person was bad. You had to deform whatever jinn that was. That's another topic I'll speak about, man. And the innocence is always within you. Purity, baby. We are pure. We are pure. What else for the collective? We are pure, baby. Ordinarius. Wait. Understanding, slowing down came out, and transformation. That's it. I'm not gonna pull out from this. Ow. I got a tear in my hip. So sitting too long and then my knee. If I move a certain way, forget it, man. but we resilient. We strong. We don't let that pain overtake us, baby. Mind over body. That's also, it's funny, that's also another thing you have to understand to reach your higher self, is how to control the pain in any situation. Because it's so easy to just allow an emotion or feeling or pain to overtake you. Mind. 142. Okay, it's all about the mind. Now let me just see this here. Put that there. Let me see, Spirit. Let's see. Let's see here. What do we have for the collective right now? For their ascension process to reach their higher self. The great nurturer. I give and receive nourishment. I give and receive nourishment. Motherly nurturing, devoted, loving, wise, empathetic, and compassionate, abundant, generous, receptive, emotional, inclusive, supportive, stable. Okay. Hey, look, I may not be for everybody on this YouTube, but those that are going to be for me, I will be for them. What else for them? The strategist. Every vision has a plan. High achieving, productive, calculating, passionate, decisive, ambitious, enthusiastic, systematic, competitive, active, tactical, goal-oriented, persistent, gritty. All right, you got to always be 10 steps ahead. 10 steps ahead. Ow. Let's see here. What is going on for the collective right now? What is going on for the collective, my star seeds? Drastic changes. Destruction of old, unpleasant surprise. Wake up call. See that? And then here we have a futuristic view of the world. Modern and unique ideas ahead of your time. All right? We're not playing no games, baby. Let them know. And listen, I'm here to help and guide any way possible. Union. Doing something with someone, coming, working together, collaborating. What is coming in for the collective, Spirit? What is coming in for these babies? Divine love, a soul connection with someone, looking, okay? What else? What else is coming in for the collective, baby? What else is coming in for the collective? Starseed. Wow. Starseed. Old soul with deep spiritual wisdom, here to evolve spiritually, important mission in life. Friendship. All right, what else? What else, Spirit? What is coming in for the collective? And we all, you got to understand, we're different timelines. And some things we're experiencing before others have experienced it before us. Movement, advancing to the next level. Go forward despite challenges, seeing progress. So don't give up on yourself. Okay? Whatever it is that you're trying to build or go towards to, just keep going, baby. Spirit got you. The angels, the ancestors, the interdimensional beings, the forces up there. What else? They got you. What else for the collective? Reaching. The moment to act has arrived. So if you guys have been procrastinating, even say if, we all got knowledge and wisdom too. Dignity, standing in your truth, loving yourself first, not compromising. Exactly. Not compromising. The moment to act has arrived. Reach your desired destination, carrying out the plan. Say some of you for instance, before I even started a YouTube channel, right? I was listening to certain souls on YouTube, and I kept getting confirmation. Create a YouTube channel. And I know I have so much to offer. And I'm like, you know what? I think this is the way I'm supposed to give out community work. I think this is the way I'm supposed to do it. So some of you, if you feel like there's something that you want to do, and you may feel like it's something is holding you back, just do it. And if you keep getting that nudge, you keep getting that confirmation, just do it, baby. Just do it. Don't worry about what the outsiders say on your journey. Okay, don't worry about the outsiders. What else for them? What else for the collective? Anything else? Walking away. Withdrawing from a situation, person, leaving the past behind. Learning to let go. I even recently deleted my Instagram. I'm like, I don't need to be stuck in this matrix. I'm not dealing with Instagram no more. And a lot of people, they're not supportive. You'd be surprised. Friends and family members, they're not supportive. They know you're the truth, but they won't show you no form of love. And then, you don't need to be giving your energy out to people who are in the back of their mind, their spirit is feeling a certain way with you, because they know you're a star, but they don't want it to be you. And I walked away from that because I'm like, I don't need anybody having access to me no more. These people do not deserve me. And that's why through your ascension process as well, no more people pleasing. And you have to know when to walk away from everything. When your spirit is pushing you, hey, leave that situation. You better leave that behind before you get smacked on your head. And you don't want to miss your calling. What else for the collective, spirit? And like, just so you know, like I'm very, I like to use oracle cards, but everything comes in here. And like, when I get deep, like I'll do tarot readings and everything, but right now, this is like, I just feel a nudge. This is what I feel like doing. Like, this is how I want to do things right now. And I'll switch things up, Wheel of Fortune, things working in your favor, lucky moment, phase, situation, fate, destiny, and change. And as you step into your power and you're ascending, and you've been so disciplined, great things start happening for you. Great things start happening for you. And those you feel like, oh, when it comes to love relationships, like I've been by myself, and that's the only way you're going to get to know yourself more and more. But eventually your creator is going to, it's all written. That person that's going to be for you is going to be written for you. So don't ever feel like, am I ever going to be with somebody? Is this situation ever going to happen? Is this change or phase ever going to end? Just know everything plays out at a certain time. Crossroads. What else for the collective, spirit? What else for the collective? Back to life. Resurrected, relationship situation, unresolved issues, loose ends, unfinished business. Maybe some of you got to close out some contracts. Maybe some of you got some unfinished business to do with the contract, or with a person, or with a job, whatever the case may be. And like I said, de-shedding the false layers of yourself. Let's do this. 108. Let's see. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. What else for the collective, spirit? What do they got to do for themselves? Connect with water. Connect with animals. Animals understand us and sense us more than humans do. Laugh and have fun. Smile. Positive energy. Okay. Answer the call. Answer the call, baby. Answer the call. Do not leave that phone ringing. Do not leave that phone ringing, because that may be the last call you'll receive. So answer the call to your calling. I love you. Much love. I'll be back on here. And yeah. You know what? Hold on a second. I want to read something from this book for you guys. Okay? Right? Spirit, give me something for the collective right now. Shh. Give me a page for the collective right now. Fire is the head and peak of heaven and Lord of earth, and he sets moving the waters. Most pure in his workings is the fire. He is the pure, illumined, illumined, illumined sage, and pure seer of truth. Pure he shines, outfed by our offerings. Anything else? One and common be your aspiration. United your hearts, common to you be your mind, so that close companionship may be yours. Okay, I'm going to end the stream, baby. Oh, how do I? Hold on. Let me see something. Wait a second. Share. No, not that. Remember, I'm new to this, so I got to make sure I don't want to pop out dashboard. Share screen. End stream. Hold on, baby. I got to make sure this is right. I don't want to lose this. Share. Share screen. Choose what to share with StudioYouTube.com. The site will be able to see your contents of your screen. Okay. Sharing this tab to StudioYouTube.com. View tab, studio. What? Oh, no, I don't want that. What is this doing? End stream. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. Okay, and